Hey guys, Nicole Pasquale here. I just want to take some time today and I want to go over 5 mistakes that I made in 2013 in my network marketing business. Now, I know we're about a little over a month into 2014, but I think these tips would be really great for any newbies to the network marketing industry and even for some people who have been in the industry for a few years now. Maybe you're not seeing the kind of success that you want. Maybe you're just looking to step your game up a little bit this year. So let's just dive right into it and get started. Mistake number one, shiny object syndrome. What is shiny object syndrome? Well, shiny object syndrome is, let's say you log onto your Facebook, and I personally, I follow a lot of high profile network marketers, and it seems like every week they're promoting something different. And you kind of just, it's really hard. You want to jump into everything, and you hear a lot about multiple streams of income. Well, we all want to eventually build multiple streams of income, but the thing is, you can't have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 streams of income if you don't make one work first. Concentrate on one and then worry about 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6 later. And you don't have to join everything. These people are able to be a part of so many different things because they put in the work and they have a firm list and a firm following. So just remember, at first, you don't have to join everything. You're also going to hear a lot about following a leader and duplicating what they're doing. And I think that this is a great tip. And I'm not saying by any means that you should not integrate what the top people in the industry are doing, because they're obviously successful for a reason. But the thing is, they have the required skills and experience to, number one, make multiple opportunities work. And they have a lot of experience doing what they're doing. Different methods work for different people. Just because you join someone and they're a master Facebook ninja guru marketer does not mean that their methods are going to work for you. Find your niche and just really try to find what is going to be the most productive method for yourself. Mistake number two, jack of all trades, master of none. Using multiple advertising methods is a really great strategy, and I think everyone should probably try to build up to it eventually. But I realized in 2013 that I was just doing way too much. I was doing Facebook PPC, CPC, solo ads, email marketing, offline marketing, YouTube, etc. I was doing all these things, but I didn't really know what I was doing. It sounds like employing all of these methods at once is a brilliant idea, and it really is, and we should all build up to it, but only if you know what you're doing and you're well versed in all of these methods. So pick one method and become a master of it before trying to do all of it at once. Huge, huge, huge. And then I'm definitely going to pick 1 or 2 methods for 2014 and really become, a master at it. So let's move on to the next one. Mistake number 3, fancy pants syndrome. Fancy pants syndrome is basically, I spent a lot of time making things perfect. You need to quell your inner perfectionist. I spent a lot of time, I spent hours and hours making things visually appealing. And although the outcome was always a nice finished product, I wasted a lot of time. Make things pretty, but don't let it interfere with building your business. I'd spend hours on a capture page, and then I'd log on to Facebook and I'd check out some other people's pages, and it had pages that kind of like made me want to fall out of my chair. It's like, geez, I just spent hours doing this, and they kind of just put me to shame. Don't worry so much about that. The ultimate goal is to build a successful online business, and eventually it'll come. You'll get better at building capture pages. You'll get better at writing swipes, but you need to focus on the prospecting and the actual important parts of building the business. So quell your inner perfectionists. Mistake number 4, I marketed my business and not myself. This is probably one of the biggest lessons that I learned in my entire few years in network marketing. People follow people, not businesses. And it really is one of the most important lessons that you're going to learn. I put a lot of weight on the opportunity that I was in and not really the value that I was providing for my team. A lot of people, I would pay attention to the compensation plan and the CEO and the system and then this, and that's all really important stuff. I'm by no means saying that it's not important, but you really need to focus on what you have to offer, because if you offer people value and they sense, some leadership, they're going to follow you regardless of what business you are in or that you're promoting. Any given day, on Facebook, I'm a part of a lot of marketing groups. I probably have a few hundred marketing groups that I'm in. And any given day, I can log into those groups, and there's going to be at least 10 to 15 other people promoting the same thing as I am, no questions asked. And you need to learn how to set yourself apart from those other people. You don't want to just be another number or just another, person spamming groups with the same stuff. It's not really effective. And that's definitely a big thing that I learned in 2013. So just remember, people follow people, not businesses. And for the last and final lesson, patience. Patience is a virtue. And not only is patience a virtue, Rome wasn't built in a day. And I know we've been hearing this since we were little kids. I know I've been hearing it probably since I was in grade school. And it's kind of a little cliche. And, I probably maybe should have been a little bit more original. But it's true. Rome wasn't built in a day. It wasn't. And a lot of times we often see the end results of things and not the struggle. All these high-profile marketers that I've been talking about, yeah, they post things saying like, yeah, like I made $50,000 in 3 months, or I made 10K in 3 days. You're gonna see that stuff, and the thing is that it's awesome. It's fantastic that they're seeing that kind of success, but we don't really ever you forget that these people struggled at some point. They did not just jump into a business and make $50,000. They just didn't. That's not how it happens. And there's always going to be growing pains. A lot of people, regardless of how successful you are, there were growing pains along the way. And this isn't even applicable to just network marketing. This is just life in general. There's always growing pains. And network marketing really is a roller coaster. Some days you might get 2 or 3 signups and it's going to feel fantastic. And you're going to be doing spins and loops and feel like you're on top of the world. And then the next day you might not get anything. Hey, you might not get anything for another week. You might not even get a lead the next day. And that's just something that you're going to have to realize happens. That's just online businesses for you. It's a very real reality, and the quicker that you learn how to cope with it and do more, the easier that it'll go. And the third point I want to make is, I was watching the Super Bowl the other night, and this has nothing to do with who won or whether or not the game was set up or, what team should have won. But I was watching the post-game interviews, and they did an interview with Russell Wilson, the quarterback of the Seahawks. And he was talking about how his dad growing up would always say to him, Russell, if all these other guys can do it, why not you? Why not you, Russell? And he used this positive influence that his dad gave him, and he applied it to the team setting for his team this season. He said, guys, if all these other teams can do it or have done it in the past, why not us? We can do it. And I think as people, sometimes we hyper focus on all of the reasons why we can't do something, and we forget to focus on the reasons why we can. If the ex-alcoholic, the ex-heroin addict, the guy who lived in a van, the guy who was $500,000 in debt, if all of those people can build a successful online business and they can do it, so can you. So stop doubting yourself. And one of the biggest tips that I can possibly give you in the network marketing industry, leads. Leads are the life, bloodline, heart of any online business. You have to have leads. If you don't have leads, what do you really have? Nothing. Your business is nothing without leads. And you really need to invest in educating yourself, not only how to, talk to people first off, but you really need to find an efficient, consistent, and effective way on how to find leads. Education, education, education. I know you don't probably want to hear this. I know I didn't want to hear it at first. I just graduated from USF last month, and the last thing I want to do is sit here and kind of go through a second education. But if you want to be successful online, it's just something that you're going to have to do. Even in 2014, I've already invested quite a bit into courses and learning and just trying to learn everything that I neglected learning before. And I was fortunate enough to stumble upon this really fantastic system that kind of puts everything that you need to know into one. It teaches you how to generate leads on a consistent basis for any business. This is not just applicable to one or another business. This is for any business. So do yourself a favor, click on the link below, and I will see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.